Hey guys, how you going? It's Testosterone here with my Good Advice channel. Here to give you good advice for a better future. Right, what I'm talking about today is the top 10 countdown for how to boost your testosterone. I've been going to the gym for a long time now, and I've done a bit of research, and I've put in some extra tips that I've found useful with me. So let's get stuck into it. Right, number one is sleep. You got to make that your priority to get to bed on time. Learn to have self-discipline. Set your alarm on your phone, and when it rings, you just got to head off to bed and call it a day. And you got to realize that if you lower your testosterone by 15% through lack of sleep, and even more if you're not getting any sleep at all, you got to make sure you rate your sleep every night and as a pass, good or bad. And if it's bad, you've got to do something about it. You've got to go back to bed if you can and have a nap for 3 hours in the afternoon, or if you can squeeze in a few naps during the day. You've got to make sleep your number one priority. And one thing I've learned, if you wake up in the morning and you have an erection, that means that you've had a good night's sleep and your testosterone levels should be very good for that day. Alright. Right, number 2 on the list is zinc. You need zinc is a must to boost your testosterone and sperm production. So what I recommend doing is going to your supermarket and buying mussels or oysters in the tin, and they come in oil or spring water, and they're generally not that expensive. You can pick them up for around $1.40, and some places might be a bit more, and different brands up to about $2. Not that expensive. And if you prefer, you can have fresh produce, but it's a little bit more expensive in your supermarket or seafood shop deli. So you can generally do that. You can also buy it in a tub, and normally it's about $7-8. It tastes a little bit better, but it's a lot more expensive. And I recommend what you should do is take it every 2 to 3 nights just to boost your zinc levels. Alright. Tip number 3 is exercising. It doesn't have to be the gym, but get yourself off the couch and get that circulation going. Get that heart fired up. Alright, get yourself in the gym or something. Tip number 4, sun. You need to get sun on your skin. You need at least 15 minutes of sun to be healthy each day, but in winter it's a bit hard to achieve that. So what I recommend is to eat mushrooms or take a vitamin D supplement. Number 5 is stress. You got to learn to control your stress and cortisol levels, and even depression. It can really affect your life. It can even affect your sleep, your testosterone levels, the mood you're in. You can always be down on life, and if you're down on life, and then you're gonna just have your brain wired that way to be down all the time. So you've got to learn how to encourage happiness and encourage good things. And you've got to learn that with stress, stress is generally caused by things out of our hands and out of our control, but that we can control. Like once we start to feel that our stress levels are going up and keep going up the mountain, you got to learn to just walk out of it and get out of the zone, get out of the area, and let the levels come back down to normal. Because if you don't, and the stress just keeps on building day after day, hour after hour, whatever, you're just going to explode. It's just going to make things worse. There's nothing positive going to come out of it. So learn that stress can be a major factor in your life, to learn how to control it, learn how to manage it, do something about it. Alright. Right, tip number 6 is your mind. You got to get sex appeal into your mind. You got to use your vision. So what you got to do is try to create sexy thoughts that can boost your testosterone levels. For example, you can go to shopping centers where typically females hang out, sports venues, swimming pools, the beach, the gym, even like popular places where people ride their bikes and walk their dog. The list goes on, and you can also even get interaction like with people on the internet, through videos, through photos, anything that helps in like boost your testosterone levels. Especially in summer, I find a lot of girls are wearing light dresses and light clothing. Can definitely boost your testosterone levels. And also, like even when you're driving, you can tend to see females around wearing light clothing and walking around. The list goes on and on. I definitely find that it helps you to boost your testosterone levels, to have that in your mind. Right, tip number 7. 7 is food. You got to make sure that your food diet's pretty good. It doesn't have to be 10 out of 10, but it's got to be a pass. So drink plenty of water and eat plenty of fruit, vegetables, and good healthy like brown rice and wholemeal breads and sweet potatoes and really good food. So I'd list the following is good testosterone boosting food is almonds, spinach, oats. Oats are good with natural BCAAs, and lemons, salmon. I like salmon sushi, and avocado brown rice. I think that's great. Tuna is pretty cheap at shopping centers, doesn't cost that much. Steak and lamb, I find that really great. Bananas, you can even put them in a protein shake. Garlic, eggs, oysters and mussels, all green vegetables, and cauliflower. So I like Brussels sprouts. I really like, my favorite would be broccoli. It's got vitamin K in it, so I recommend getting plenty of healthy diet, and try not to eat food out of a box full of chemicals and preservatives. And if you do, drink plenty of water and try to keep it to a minimum. Tip number 8 is bad intake. Try and stay away from bad intake, bad chemicals, bad food, and anything that can cause you to reduce your testosterone levels or even leak estrogen into your body. It can even be like pollutants at work, being around too much fumes of chemicals or welding fumes, or it could be anything like that, too much pollution. So you've got to be aware of what you're putting into your body. It's like not drinking too much alcohol. The smoking can really affect your testosterone levels. And also there's food out there that can also cause it. Coffee can, but not always. Not with everybody, but some people, coffee can affect it, and it can make you feel jittery and increase anxiety. Cheese, mint, chocolate. Also, like, you've got to be aware of, like, with your water bottles. Sometimes people leave their water bottles in the car, and it can get hot and warm in the car, and get direct sunlight on the bottle, and it can lead chemicals into the water. There's a lot of things, like even using a microwave can also leak when you're cooking with plastic, can lead, go into the vegetables, and also there can be even chemicals on your vegetables and fruit. There's a long list of things that can affect it, so I'm just making you aware. Right, number 9. Tip number 9 is body weight. You've got to make sure your body weight is at the correct level, not too low and not too high. If your body weight's too low, that could mean that you're not getting enough food into your diet and not enough calories, and you're not going to have enough oomph, not enough energy to grow and have the vitamin, minerals, and the strength for your testosterone levels to be high. And also, if your body weight's too high, the ratio of your body weight fat can be too high, and that can cause estrogen levels to be much higher, and it can also affect your sleep too. because you might have too much calories and then not be able to sleep, have too much energy to low down, be too hyped up from having too much food. So make sure that your diet is not too low and not too high. Right, tip number 10, the final tip. Right, this tip is supplements. Like, you got to remind yourself that as the older you get, your testosterone levels slowly decrease. So you got to realize that supplements are there if you need them, and you can always go down to the doctors and get a prescription if you need be for some steroids or whatever, some other stronger supplement. If you've exhausted all the tips that I've given you so far. So you got to realize, like, supplements, you can get multivitamins, you can get vitamin D, the list goes on and on. You can get zinc, magnesium. There's a long list of supplements you can get. You can do some research on the internet if you need to, of test boosters as well. I recommend, like with multivitamins, if you try to stick to natural ones. They're not so processed and better for your body, and they're not so chemically based and artificial. And you can also, I recommend, like, I've tried test boosters. There's horny goatweed and tribulus, and you can look on the internet and see what's the best out there. They typically do help you a lot. What I used to do was, before I trained in the gym or before going to bed, they used to help. But I used to mainly just have them here and there. I didn't go overboard with them. I think they're just a little bit of a help, but you won't see anything major from them. They're just sort of like a bit like taking coffee. They help increase it for a period of time, but then you eventually go tired again. You eventually come back down anyway. But it's good to have a try of them if you need be, but I prefer not to use them. They can give you heart pain, and they're not really good for you, and you can get immune to them after a period of time. And another good supplement I find is to take creatine. It's a very good supplement to take before the gym. You just mix it with some water. You can buy it on eBay. It's pretty reasonably priced. You can get $20, $50, depending what brand, delivered to your door. That's a really good supplement. And also, I'll give you some bonus tips. A bonus tip would be to find mentors. Mentors help you like heaps. I can't explain how good they are. They're one of the biggest motivations you can have as a mentor. You've got to find some idols and people that have been where you're trying to go. They can give you good tips and good knowledge, good advice. It really helps me. For example, you can get people that are specialised in diet, and they can teach you how to prep food and how to cook. There's a lot of clips out there. And also you can get, like, imagine like you will go into the gym today and you watched a YouTube clip, for example, of somebody who's into the gym, that's really pumping it up, and then once you go to the gym afterwards, you're going to be more fired up and be in that state of mind. You're going to train a lot better. And it's the same with a lot of things. Like, even if a lot of people watch porn and then they have sex with their partner, they're already fired up, and then it does really help it a lot. Another bonus tip I'd like to give is going to the brothel. Yeah, I would recommend, if you haven't had sex at least once a month, just hand over the money and make a schedule out of your day to go there. It really helps. Like, your body's a bit like a car. It needs to be serviced eventually for the mind and the body, and it's just part of life. If you're not using it, you're going to lose it. So you really got to plan to go down there eventually. The money's not that expensive. I think it's well worth it. You take your memories with you when you go. And another thing is, if you don't expect to change your life, nothing will change. So that's my final bonus tip. You got to change your life if you want things to change. Alright, hope this clip was fantastic help for you. You check out my other clips if you enjoyed it. Give it the thumbs up. Alright, have a great day. Bye.